Welcome to expressions, statements, and blocks. An expression in Java is made up of variables, operators, and method invocation that evaluate to a single value. Let's look at examples to analyze on that definition. The parts in red, we have 0 set as the value of cadence. We have 100 set as the value of an array, the array at index 0. We have this method invocation. We have 1 plus 2 set as the value of result. We have this part here where value 1 is compared to value 2 and a method invocation. So those are examples of expression. With compound expressions, there would be more than one operator. So like this one here where we have 1 times 2 times 3. In such an occurrence, the order is not important because same results would be acquired even if I do 3 times 2 times 1. However, this might introduce some ambiguity, such as this one, if you fail to specify where you should begin the operation from, because x plus y over 100 and y over 100 plus x could probably result in different outcomes or unwanted outcomes. So in such a case, it's encouraged that you work with brackets to explicitly indicate where it should start from, because arithmetically speaking, x plus y over 100, the order, or if you leave it like that, the order would be determined by precedence, not by how they are arranged. So if you wish to start with division, then put the brackets here. If you wish to start with addition, put the brackets here. That is the recommended practice with compound expressions. Now, what makes statements? Statements are, as you would say, sentences in typical language. So it's a complete unit of execution, and in Java it is terminated by a semicolon. So we have types of statements, two types. There's a declaration statement, this one here, where this value is set to the variable value of type double. That is the first one, declaration statement terminated by a semicolon, very important. And control flow statements. So control flow statements regulate the order of execution of the statements, and we'll look at them in the next session. But if you're coming from a different programming language into Java, then you probably already know what control flow statements are. So more examples of declaration statements. We have assignment statement, such as this, where a variable value is assigned this value here. We have increment statements, such as this, with the posts increment, all of them terminated by semicolons. Suppose we have method invocation, print line, terminated by semicolon. Then we have object creation statements like this, as we have learned so far from object creation. Now, moving on to that, if you have 0 or more statements balanced between curly braces, and they exist anywhere where a semicolon or a single statement would be, then that forms a block. So you might find that you could confuse that definition and state that all of these between the balanced block of a class is a block, or all of these between the balanced block of a method is a block. However, that is not the typical definitions of block in Java. Okay, we usually say that there should be where a statement would be, such as this. So this is one single statement inside a balanced block, and it exists where a statement would fit in, or this. But sometimes, depending on the documentation, you might find that we are saying the code between methods, like this one, between the method curly braces is a method block, or between the class curly braces is a class block. However, if you just use the word block as it is standalone, it usually refers to, as I have shown you, this definition should be anywhere where a single statement is allowed. However, it's not cast on stone, so depends with the context, I guess. To summarize, we have variables already covered, operators already covered, and they said operators and variables could be used in building expressions. Then the expressions are the core components of statements. When they are terminated by a semicolon, then the statements could be grouped into blocks. And that marks the end of this short discussion. See you on the next one with control flow statements.